Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV here in Los Angeles. Being joined with Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who's taking on Andy Ruiz this weekend here on DAZN PPV. Jarrell, man, good seeing you.
Likewise.
We were talking off camera. You know, you've been locked in, you've been focused. We haven't seen much of you on social media, but how has this whole process been like for you training up in Philly?
Mine's been great, man. Training with Boots Ennis and his pops Bozy and those guys up there, man, is a great experience. I mean, them guys are like a real doghouse, man. It's just work, and the rounds. I mean, that 4-minute rounds and 12 rounds of sparring is crazy. But like I said, we in great shape. You know, we dropped a lot of weight, focus. I'm in good spirits. I feel awesome, man. This is the original Big Baby's back. You know, 2018, 2019 Big Baby. So I feel good, man. We're gonna have fun, and I'm up.
We'll get to the fight, but yeah, I did notice you look slimmer. Yeah. How much weight have you dropped so far?
Yeah, 45.
45 pounds?
45 pounds, man. 45 pounds, man.
How big of a difference do you feel that's made?
Oh, huge difference. I think weight, you know, is like the biggest, especially when it comes to fighters, you know. But I've never been a guy that really was out of shape before in the past, before, you know, my stint coming off of boxing. I was always in the gym, always hitting the weights. But, you know, the couple years off and then dealing with a divorce and all the other crazy nonsense, life kind of hits you, you know. But you got to get that moment sometimes where a lot of fighters had a year or 2 years off. And now that we're back, feeling good, you know, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities there between like you and Andy on that part. You guys dropped a good amount of weight. He's separated. He got done with his baby mama drama. You're telling me this?
we both got daughters like about a month and a half apart now, so it's great, man. I mean, it's a great. We both motivated, both hungry guys, man. It's gonna be a good barn burner. It's two friends going in. We're gonna bang and the best man win at the end of the day, which is gonna be me. But it's gonna be a fun fight. It's gonna be an amazing fight.
I know you guys faced off in the other room. How was that to see him in person?
Oh man, it was funny. It was fun. You know, it had some serious moments, but it was mostly fun. And I know for me, it's like I'm very mental, so it's like, you know, I don't want to turn the switch on yet, because then I get a little nasty, you know, and that's not the kind of attitude that and the respect that I have with Andy. So I don't want to be that person yet. You know, once I turn that switch on, it's gonna be everybody you with, but I don't want to be there just yet, you know what I mean? So come maybe after the weigh-ins and I'll be there, but right now I'm just, you know, more funs and laughing and, you know, and enjoying the festivities right now.
So you mentioned earlier that you're going to whoop him.
Yeah.
What do you see there? What have we not been privy to in camp? Where's the confidence coming into this fight?
Man, I spar a lot of guys that are similar to their style. There's very few. There's actually nobody that really can spar that can mimic my style. Really, I mean, the best thing they can do, like their promoters can try to get me out of shape. You know, that's what Dubois they did. They might get lucky, but once I'm in shape, there's no real actual heavyweight I've ever seen that can mimic my style. You know, a 300-pound guy throws 80 punches around, take a good on the chin, and come forward, go to the body. So I don't feel like any guy he got is going to prepare him for me, you know, but there's a lot of guys that are close to his style. You know, Joey Joenko, you know, a lot of people use this for sparring. That's what I use for sparring a lot. So, I mean, the main thing is training, you know, going back to roots, you know, the jab, moving. You know, I have great footwork and great head movement when I want to use it. So the main thing was in this fight and this training camp was go back to the basics, you know, just back to the basics, man.
Just a side note on the weight, what are you weighing at now?
Gotta be at the weigh-in first. I ain't gonna tell you, but it's gonna be a low number, man. It's gonna be a very low number.
Below 260?
Oh no, not that small. No, not that small. Nah, you're getting close, but not there. But nah, we're not going that small. Man. I was walking around 350, 345. You know, my last fight was 333. So, you know, like I said,
below the last fight though.
Yeah, way below the last fight. Yeah, I mean, the main thing is, like I said, I carry my weight very well, and the thing about it too is you don't want to lose too much and lose your strength. And you start feeling weak. You know, I think I'm in a very, very good sweet spot. Yeah.
Speaking of the sparring, you know, Andy's known for his speed, his combinations. It throws a lot of people off in this heavyweight division. I know you've been preparing for that, but what do you make of Andy's speed coming into this fight?
I mean, I sparred a lot of fast guys. You know, I fought a few fast guys before in the past. You know, speed is one aspect of boxing, you know, but, you know, what beats speed is timing. you know, and who has the duration and stay there. You know, you could have speed in one, two pop shots all the time, but you know what I mean, that shit might work against certain fighters. You know what I mean? It didn't stop Chris Arreola, and Arreola's like a walking slug. You know, it didn't stop, you know, Ortiz, who's 48 years old. You know, so you're talking about a young guy who's a better chin than both of them, and who's hungry and throws a lot of punches too. So you know, we're talking about a whole different guy here. It's me, Big Baby. Remember, the real original Big Baby. I ain't coming to lay down.
Yeah, so the other big babies on this card, like
Cry Baby Anderson. That's my son. That's my left nut. If I had a left nut and I left it in the pamper, that's the Big Baby y'all talking about. You know, I call him AKA Cry Baby. He cries a lot. No, we two different fighters, man. I'm a grown man. That's a little.
where's this coming from? Is it just from the name, or has there been talk in the past?
My thing is this though. You know, you could talk a lot of shit on social media, but when you see me in person, you don't got that same energy. If any fighter that knows me. When you see me, it's gonna be on and popping. I'm gonna be on your face. I'm gonna be in your neck, in and outside the ring. Some guys think that's just for TV and fake. I'm not like that. I'm real, 24/7. So you talk that. See me now. He see me, in the hotel lobby. He walking real fast. He don't want no smoke. Him and his team really don't want no smoke with me. Believe that.
Future fight, then I would imagine.
Yeah, if he get past Bacoli, which I don't think he will. He's only been fighting cruiserweights his whole entire career. He fought Charles Martin on a 10-day notice, and Charles almost had him out of there. You know what I mean? So we gonna see, but I think Bacoli was way too much for him to handle. Bacoli's a real heavyweight. You know what I mean? So now don't be surprised if Anderson quits on the stool. I would not be surprised.
What makes you what do you see there?
I'm good at reading styles, man. I'm good at reading style. I'm good at reading people. I'm good at reading their gestures on their face. I've seen him in other fights with guys with lesser than Bacoli, and he mentally you see him mentally have moments where he struggled. Bacoli can take a punch, and he doesn't mind getting beat up for 3 or 4 or 5 rounds and keep putting the pressure on. I don't see Anderson taking that kind of beating that Bacoli can and deliver it back.
Looking at your last fight, what kind of lessons are you bringing from that performance and applying it to this fight against Andy?
Shit, that's easy. Run, Forrest, run. Nigga, what the fuck? It's that simple, man. Take my big ass out there and do that road work. You know what I mean? But like I said, I've never been a person that's been lazy to work. Once I'm in training, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do the job. I'm going to get the work in. It's just the time and preparation that I needed just wasn't there. 3.5, 4 weeks was just wasn't enough. And then I had us traveling around doing interviews and then coming back to the fight and running. It just wasn't enough. And I said I had a lot of stuff going on. Family court with my ex and my brother, my best friend died. Then I'm getting sued by my co-promoter, Dimitri Salida. It was a lot of stuff that was going on before that fight that mentally just made me just clock out. And it hurt because Dubois didn't beat me. And I beat myself. And you go back to the footage and everybody's telling me, I'm like, damn, it hurts, So this fight, if Andy's not going to win, but he's finding the best version of me in this fight.
Speaking of the promoter issue, I know this is the last fight then. Correct. With Dimitri. Correct. What's going on there? What happened?
So my thing is this, right? I can't speak on any other person's relationship with Salida and Salida Promotions. I mean, Oton Wiley's no longer with him based on his own personal stuff. Jermaine Franklin had a lawsuit with him before. I can't speak on their personal stuff. But my thing is it can't be the fighters, if all the fighters are having a problem with one person. Based on my relationship personally, because I know this guy since I was 16 years old, I can't do business with this guy. He does not treat me well, does not act right. He only cares about the money, very disrespectful, and I'm just tired of him, And it's I'm my own co-promotional contract. I have Big Baby Promotions in partnership with Cedar Promotions. But some people are just not good for you, man, and Cedar's not the person I want to be involved with at all. And this is my last fight I'm with him.
After this, you guys both split ways and no relationship anymore?
Nothing. I got nothing to do with that guy. Nothing to do with him. When I'm out of my hair, out of my life.
I spoke to Andy about Joshua's last 3 fights, and he felt like, hey, Andy was matched up correctly. He had, the way he put it, he had easy opponents. That's why he looked the way he did. What do you make of Joshua's resurgence?
Most definitely. I mean, Oton Wiley was probably the only one on paper that was probably looking real decent. But Oton, I feel like this didn't show up. I don't know if it was starstruck or something, but I mean, he fought Robert Helenius, who was, got knocked out by Deontay, and he hasn't been top 10, I don't know how long. And then he fought Francis Ngannou, who's an MMA fighter. Made bank on that fight, but he's not a boxer. So you think about it, he's not fighting any top 10, 15 guys. He's fighting guys that are nowhere on levels of guys that we're fighting each other now. So, he's fighting Dubois now, and I'm kind of rooting for Dubois. I have no hate against Dubois, but if Dubois hits that chin, it's night-night. He don't have that kind of chin, man. So,
what's the more likely thing that does happen in that fight?
I think a knockout would definitely come. They both have good punches. They both can hit hard. But I think Dubois has definitely more durability than AJ. You know, and I mean, you know, the best man's gonna win at the end of the day. You know.
You know, you mentioned, you know, this last year was a tough one for you. You had a lot of things going on. If I could ask you respectfully, what happened with the car issue?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm actually, you know, I actually got accused of taking my own truck.
Yeah, what happened there?
Yeah, that's you know, it's you know, we're going through litigation now because the charges were dropped. Basically, I'm innocent, and we're gonna handle that, you know, in the court situation. But put it like this: as a black man in America, you always gotta watch your back because they'll always try to make you seem like you're the bad guy because I'm a boxer or I'm braggadocious on camera. But if you know me, I'm a real good person, man. I laugh, I giggle, I help kids, I do charity work. But sometimes some people just get the story wrong, and that's all it is. But hey. Everything is dropping. We'll seek justice.
So you're cleared?
Clear.
But they try to claim you came in and tried to steal your car back?
Oh, shit. Yeah, man. That's what they try to do, man. Try to make me look like I'm a bad guy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, you know, everything was dropped. You know, the judge is like, man, this is just horrible, you know. And, you know, we got our name cleared up, and now we got to just fight it from the other side.
I'm glad to hear that because when I first heard it, I'm like, no, this sounds like a movie, like a video game. Like, I'm going to steal my
40-pound big black guy. What the hell am I looking at? I'm taking something that don't belong to me. It's him. How far I'm really going to get, you know? But like I said, you know, that's part of the life story and life journey that we go through obstacles. I'm telling you, boxing is a very easy sport. You train hard, you win fights, you move to the next level. Unfortunately, things outside of boxing will deter you away from your goals, and that's why fighting in the ring and fighting outside the ring is very important, and keeping a good team and being physically and mentally fit, because things can all happen all the times, man.
What's at stake for you in this fight? Like, how are you seeing it in terms of what's at stake?
Everything, man. You know, I mean, everything. I mean, everything that I've been fighting for since I first put a pair of gloves on. This is for all the marbles right now, man. You know, everything, man. I don't know how to put it in words. There is no tomorrow. You know, they're talking about other fights. I'm like, I don't give a shit about nobody. There is no tomorrow. This is it. There is no tomorrow.
Why are you seeing it that way? Is it because of what happened in the past? Is it because of the last loss against Dubois? Like, why are you seeing it like that?
Because that's some guys can, you know, look at boxing. I know Joyce had a contract signed to fight in December on the Tyson Fury undercard, and he got his ass whooped by Chisora. So my thing is maybe he should have took Chisora more serious, and he should have put more effort in the Chisora fight. But what I'm trying to say is there's always going to be more opportunities in the future if you do your job. It's in front of you right now. You know what I mean? So right now, I'm not thinking about what's next. Of course, on your mind, like, wow, if I do this, can happen. But right now, my main goal is Andy. That's my main goal.
You know, finally, Deontay Wilder was knocked out against Zhilei Zhang. Haven't had a chance to talk to you about it, but where do you think Wilder should go from here on out?
Man, sit his ass on the couch and pray. That's what you need to do, man. Stay his ass home, boy. His chin is gone, and you know, he just always got excuses, and you know, it is what it is, man. You know, you watch my social media, you know how I feel about that prick. So, nothing to say really about him. He got his ass whooped. That's it, you know. No more, that's boxing.
Is there a part of you that hopes he doesn't retire so you guys can go and tussle?
Yeah, most definitely. I think we can hopefully, you know, some part of me definitely wants to punch him in the face. But like I said before, I'm not even thinking about him right now. I'm thinking about Andy. But there's always an opportunity, you know, things go accordingly and he doesn't retire, then I hopefully can punch him in the face.
You got a lot of fights, man, that are brewing. But yeah, you know, this Saturday you got to test in Andy Ruiz Jr. Jarell, man, as always, good chatting with you. Always appreciate the time. This man right here fighting Andy Ruiz on DAZN PPV this Saturday in Los Angeles.
Get it.